What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? This is my different setup. See what's going on in the back, and I like the blurred out effect. So this is the studio. Anyway, P. Diddy's list. Victims speak out about Steve Harvey, Ashton Kutcher, and Demi Moore. Ashton Kutcher, I thought you was a straight shooter, man. I thought you was a straight up dude. Your little show, you got punked, and what you was doing, I thought that was real cool, good idea. And more celebrities was supporting you. You know, you had you got punked little show, and it was getting bigger and bigger. Come find out, you helping these people keep this, I guess, for lack of a better word, y'all know what I'm trying to say. You helping them keep that secret. Don't like that, man. So everybody, I'm pretty sure, think about it, man. 120 people has filed lawsuits against P. Diddy, not including the 5 or 6 with other lawyers, not including the girls that's coming forward, the 𝐘𝐿 not including what's the girl name? Lil Cassie with her beautiful self. She is drop dead gorgeous. Not including Lil Rod, the producer. Then you got Cuban Jr. getting into this. Nobody is coming forward and saying, man, that's a straight up lie, man. Look, the music industry ain't doing all this shady stuff. The movie industry, the entertainment industry ain't doing all this. Powerful people, nobody's saying nothing. So, us YouTubers gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep pushing this thing into somebody's on them tapes. Somebody is on and y'all need to hear this, y'all. Y'all need to hear this. They got 90,000 terabytes of data. That's what they saying. They don't have 90,000 terabytes of video. They didn't say that. We gotta make sure we understand the words that they're using. We assuming that it's 90,000 terabytes of video because they said, well, Puffy was recording a lot of stuff. I'm just letting y'all know, my ears is up, and I'm letting y'all know that something got to be on them tapes. Something got to be in that data. You know, I don't think it's somebody pushing the letter A over and over again until you got the A saved for 90,000 terabytes of data. Don't think it's that. I had said something like that once before, but let's get into this video, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out, man.
Reports are coming out that Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, and Steve Harvey are preparing to leave the country after being subpoenaed to testify against Diddy in the upcoming trial. What does Diddy...
Wait a minute, they were subpoenaed to testify? Is that what they saying? Is that right? We gotta, I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments.
That Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, and Steve Harvey are preparing to leave the country after being subpoenaed to testify against Diddy in the upcoming trial. What does Diddy have on these celebrities that they would rather leave the country than testify against him?
You got Ashton Kutcher in love with Mila Kunis on that 70s show. Then they break up for absolutely no reason after he starts hanging out with Diddy. Then he marries Demi Moore, who drained him of all the adrenochrome she can, and apparently he replenished himself by doing inappropriate things with their daughters. I'm glad. I'm sure you're glad, like Bruce Willis has dementia right now.
A lot of people allowed it to go on, said nothing, didn't intervene, maybe benefited from it, profited from it. All of these individuals and entities, in my view, have exposure here.
Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, and Steve Harvey have also been named as defendants in both civil and criminal lawsuits filed against Diddy. These celebrities were allegedly participants at Diddy's freakoff parties and involved in sexual misconduct against minors. Reports detail how Steve Harvey and Ashton Kutcher were caught on camera being involved intimately with minors, and these allegations are shocking. There are even rumors that Steve Harvey's daughter was involved sexually with Diddy when she was 22 and Diddy was 50.
Little birdie going around.
Also, there's allegedly rumors that we got to say all that. That same little girl that's dating Diddy was dating one of Diddy's sons first. And then she started dating Diddy. Now you think about that. And this is Steve Harvey's stepdaughter. I don't know what's wrong with these people, man. I don't know what's wrong with them for real. That's crazy, man. This is I don't know, man. I don't even know what to call this, man. This is crazy. God damn, y'all ain't got no limits.
Against minors. Reports detail how Steve Harvey and Ashton Kutcher were caught on camera being involved intimately with minors, and these allegations are shocking. There are even rumors that Steve Harvey's daughter was involved sexually with Diddy when she was 22 and Diddy was 50.
Little birdie going around Hollywood saying that in the late 90s, Diddy, which I know about this because I had a friend who worked detail on the party, invited Steve Harvey to one of his famous freak-offs and then recorded Steve Harvey in a very compromising position with somebody else, if you know what I mean. Which doesn't bode too well for Mr. Family Man, you know what I mean? So...
Family Feud.
The freak-off with somebody else, if you know what I mean. Which doesn't bode too well for Mr. Family Man, you know what I mean? So, the freak-off situation got pretty crazy. There was a tape circulating. I have seen the tape. But the problem here is Diddy has been blackmailing Steve Harvey for the last 25 years, including, and this is also some reports that I've been able to verify, Diddy was dating his daughter, as well as Diddy's son was dating his daughter. And people said reports that Diddy was using her as an ATM machine.
Oh my God. See, this is the part that when I'm hearing these stories from so many different YouTube channels, when I'm hearing the story by so many different people, look, these people are putting it on their channel, so they believe it or reporting it. But they putting people like this guy right here, I don't even know who he is. And he got to be deeper into the industry than we are. Cat Williams already said that Steve Harvey done stole jokes, and the guy that he stole the joke from backed that up. He backed that up. That's my joke. I said, man, this dude is a millionaire. Why would he take my joke? That's what the guy said. I can't remember the guy's name. He had a little show and everything. Salute to him. I wish I can remember these people's name. Boy, I'd be dangerous with this mess. And this guy, I don't even know. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying my best to shake this cold, man. This cold is killing me.
Daughter, as well as Diddy's son was dating his daughter. And people said reports that Diddy was using her as an ATM machine.
Diddy was.
It's disgusting to my core.
Diddy and Steve Harvey have been involved with each other since the 90s, and allegedly, Diddy helped grow Steve Harvey's career to where it is today. In exchange for this, Steve Harvey has always been under Diddy's control. And despite saying that he would never let her daughter date any man he didn't approve of, Steve Harvey was seen with Diddy as Diddy took his daughter, Lori Harvey, on a date. Disgusting rumors that Steve Harvey gave Diddy access to his daughter are coming out. And while they are extremely shocking, it is important to remember that in Hollywood, things like these are common.
Y'all, look who it is on the Steve Harvey show. Ooh!
And Snoop.
Y'all know each other like that? Mr. Snoop Dogg, did you hear what's going on right now? This is East Coast, West Coast, freako. House being raided. Look at that. Steve tried to warn you.
TMC Family Therapy presents.
y'all. Look, what make it so bad is
Y'all know each other like that? Mr. Snoop Dogg, did you hear what's going on right now?
what make it so bad is this. When I was watching this show right here, oh man, I don't even remember the name of the show. I'm terrible with names. I don't know the name of the daggone Steve Harvey show. That's not the name of the show. But that's a hairpiece, y'all. I thought that was I thought he had the baddest bush. I said, man, how his hair get so perfect like that? That's a hairpiece, man. I never knew that. Did y'all know that? Y'all let me know in the comments. Please let me know in the comments if you always knew that. Be honest, man. It ain't no big deal. Or you be like, damn, I ain't never know that. That's not his real hair. That's a hairpiece. That's a Hollywood dude, like a man wig or something. And I'm still I'm figuring out that it's too perfect. It's too perfect, man. I never knew that. I said, yeah, you ain't know that, you do. I ain't know.
This is
Dummy.
East Coast, West Coast.
Dummy.
Freako.
Look how perfect
House
his
being
hair
raided.
is.
Look at that. Steve tried to warn you.
TMZ Family Therapy presents Diddy Issues, starring Daddy Diddy, Diddy's son, and Daddy Diddy's lady.
Didn't Diddy's son date her?
Yes, that cannot be true.
Sounds like someone's got Diddy issues. And by someone, we mean him. Because
TMZ
they
used to
actually
like
look
that
pretty
joint.
happy.
Diddy and Lori Harvey, they're heating things up in Italy.
Notice her arm is on the back of his chair.
Shocking! For some reason. But yes, Diddy's now getting super cozy with Steve Harvey's daughter, who Diddy's son, Justin Combs, used to hang out with.
I don't think that her and Justin were even that serious. They were just out in the club a couple times.
I think it's more interesting that Steve Harvey's there.
Survey says the number one most interesting thing about this photo is...
Diddy and his son are Eskimo brothers.
And to make it more interesting...
So is his son on this trip?
They were there. They're not in these pictures, but I think they left.
He is dating his son's ex-girlfriend when his son was there as well.
But if his son's moved on, why not?
Puff has an unbelievably close relationship with all of his sons. I don't think it's something that he would do if it was a big, huge deal.
You like who you like.
The exception to I like who I like is accept my son's exes.
So congrats, you...
Wait a minute, I like who I like, I don't care. No, forget that. Wait a minute, man. Dude, y'all need to let me know in the comments if my boys' exes is off limits. My boys' exes is off limits. My family members' exes, my cousins, my uncles, my nieces, nephews, or whatever the hell. If that's their friend, they off limits. That's them people. That's they people. They off limits. In fact, I asked one of my boys, yo, man, your cousin, that's a negative. That's what he said to me. That's a negative. Respect the code. Off limits. I think it would have been a great relationship. I probably would have been happy. Whatever the case may be, off limits. Don't even go there. Yeah. Go looking somewhere else. Take the fishing rod and put it in a whole different pond, man. Come on, man. That's normal. But y'all are sick people. There is no way you can't tell me with all this stuff leading up and you doing IVs, drips after a freak-off party. That's too freaky for me. I don't understand why y'all don't understand it. You can't get bail. You can't get bail. They gonna stick it to that dude, man.
I don't think it's something that he would do if it was a big, huge deal.
You like who you like.
The exception to I like who I like is accept my son's exes.
Exactly.
So congrats, you two look really happy.
Demi Moore's mother used to let men sleep with Demi Moore as a child in exchange for $500. So the allegation that other celebrities are letting Diddy abuse their child in exchange for a career is believable. Some participants at Diddy's parties have even come forward and said on the record that
why the H-E double hockey stick? Why the H-E double hockey stick is this Al Sharpton? T.D. Jakes, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, These people should not be around Diddy. Not like this. He was at one of the freak-off or one of the parties, the all-white parties. I'm going to say all-white party because I don't know if he was at the freak-off party.
Demi Moore's mother used to let men sleep with Demi Moore as a child in exchange for $500.
Shame on you. And they made a movie about stuff like this, man. Not Mommy Dearest. That's a different movie. There's a movie, I can't remember the name of that movie, man. That movie was so sad. That lady in the movie, and I hate to get off subject, the lady in the movie actually took the money from the man, and she and the little girl in the bedroom, right? The little girl is in the bedroom, the mother come in there and start, hey, how you doing? You're putting, well, what are you doing, Mom? Look, sometimes you got to do things to help the family out and everything, so I'm just getting you ready. What you talking about and all this stuff? And then all of a sudden she's, okay, she ready, going in there. And that's how the whole thing went down. And people's like, what? And the dude beat, he said, you might have to do what you need to do to get what you need from her. But just don't make a scream too loud where the neighbors can hear. Something like that went down, man. That's crazy.
So the allegation that other celebrities are letting Diddy abuse their child in exchange for a career is believable. Some participants at Diddy's parties have even come forward and said on the record that they witnessed bringing their children to Diddy's freak-off parties and then leaving them alone.
As an anxious teen, she is taken by her mother to bars so that men will notice them. She's 15 when she comes home one night and an older man they know is in the apartment with the key. She writes, it was rape and a devastating betrayal. Revealed by the man's cruel question, how does it feel to be whored by your mother for $500? Do you believe she sold you?
I think
no.
In my deep heart, no. I don't think it was a straightforward transaction, but she still did give him the access and put me in harm's way.
For someone like Demi Moore, who was abused as a child herself, it's unbelievable that she would get involved with people like Diddy and end up abusing minors herself. A resurfaced video from 1982 has recently drawn attention. The footage shows Demi Moore making out with 14-year-old 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 while appearing to be drunk back in the early 80s. At the time of the video recording, Demi was married to Freddie Moore.
Okay, one more time.
Oh, he liking that.
I don't know. Maybe just because I love them all and I hope they all love me. We do love him. And I love them.
If you think it's for the publicity, you're out of your mind.
Absolutely, because he's one of my most favorite people.
How long have you been working on the show?
Almost a month and a half.
What's your role?
I'm Luke's new love. And I'm 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, and I play Jeremy, and you're stealing my part. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got
okay. Because
I'm gonna have to block that out, y'all. 7:30. Yeah, 7:30.
I love Philip, and he.
We got too many almost too close to comfort for my taste. Her kissing that minor like that's a shame.
He's the only one I love.
Do your interview already.
All right. I'm Luke's new love, but personally, I love Philip, and that's it. Okay.
We got a new storyline
Drunk.
Here, have a bite. I want to say happy birthday to Philip because I love him dearly. He's one of my most favorite people. For about 3 weeks. And he's been terrific.
Great.
Much like Steve Harvey, there are rumors that Demi Moore also let other celebrities take advantage of her children. This is a recurring theme that you're going to see in the celebrities who were involved with Diddy. Despite being parents that appeared to love their children, they were allegedly using their children and essentially pimping them out in exchange for a successful career. All of this just goes to show how pedophilia is rampant in Hollywood, and almost everyone is involved in it. How else do you think Jeffrey Epstein, R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Diddy were able to continue for so long? Ashton Kutcher has also been involved with Diddy, and several videos showing him to be acting creepily towards children have come out. What makes this so shocking is that Ashton Kutcher was actually the head of an anti-sex trafficking organization. On the surface, Ashton Kutcher was making it look like he cared about children and wanted to protect them, but as we're now finding out, all of this was a lie.
Probably getting them kids into his organization. Bring all the kids to my organization, and on the back door, got them. We got them. Let's put them into the traffic world. We're going to use this to bring them in, to help them. We're trying to help y'all. Boop. Shame on you, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so mad at this. Oh man. See, when you know you're a fighter, but you can't reach the person you want to fight. Oh, that makes me angry. Oh my God, I had the volume down. I'm trying to bring y'all the best without all this coughing. Oh my God, man. I'm so mad. I'm so mad at this.
Ashton Kutcher was making it look like he cared about children and wanted to protect them, but as we're now finding out, all of this was a lie.
I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see. I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man that was a sex tourist in Cambodia. And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play. But the right to pursue happiness for so many is stripped away. It's raped. It's abused. It's taken by force, fraud, or coercion. It is sold for the momentary happiness of another.
Peeling back the layers and taking a deeper look at Ashton Kutcher's behavior towards minors reveals a dangerous and horrifying pattern. During his time with Mila Kunis on the '70s show, Ashton Kutcher was best friends with convicted child rapist Danny Masterson, and even had a bet with him that he could make out with 14-year-old Mila Kunis. Fast forward to 2003, and during the 2003 MTV Awards, Ashton Kutcher was caught on tape inviting 13-year-old 𝐘𝐿𝐷𝐒 to party with Diddy.
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Do you remember worrying?
Something to the after party tonight?
Yeah! And plus I heard the public was gonna be there, so I got scared. Checking out. So thank you for this award. It means a lot to me.
He know.
You know what's funny is
know.
when she was 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, you guys are gonna be making out in this scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly illegal,
that's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
It was my first kiss. Why don't someone bet you made with Danny about our first kiss?
No, it wasn't the first kiss.
No,
This was like
go
a
ahead,
second or
Ashton.
third kiss.
It was the first. It was like the first week.
No, it was not the first week.
Whatever. Let me tell you what happened.
No, let me tell you what happened.
No. Okay, so I've never kissed a guy. So I was so. I mean, you know, Ash was attractive, and I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life.
Sure.
And he was very nice about it. He was like, "Oh, don't worry." So I was like, "Okay." Then Danny goes and goes, dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her. What would you stick your tongue in my mouth or some?
What? No.
For $10.
You're making it sound like it was like really. Okay, Dan, we had a little side bet going.
Yeah.
Like,
Which was?
It wasn't very
as to whether or not, you're kissing on the show or boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
You would use tongue, right, Rosie? I mean, you would.
It depends what kind of an actor you are, I guess.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So Danny bets me like $20 that I wouldn't do it, and of course I'm like, yeah, sure, what's the deal?
And then the cop showed up and you got arrested, pretty much.
They should have,
He
but they
never
didn't.
did it, and
I so did.
He claims to this day he did that. I swear.
Mila,
never,
I so did it.
He never did it.
I didn't let him. I think he tried, but I think I kept my mouth so.
Yeah. You did the old teeth block.
Yes.
Yeah. You didn't let him do the teeth block.
You were like, oh,
yes, he never got his.
You were good.
Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't have to. Just admit it.
Dad,
She's 14. She did it. You stop it. She would know that was not the first. You had turned 15 by then.
Even when Danny Masterson was convicted to rape in 2023, Ashton Kutcher came out in support of him and submitted letters to the judge personally attesting to Danny's character. Ashton even had his wife Mila come out and sign the letter with him, which is shocking considering that Mila had actually been harassed by Danny. As a result of their support for Danny, Mila and Ashton both later had to apologize. Now, just 1 year later, Ashton is supporting another rapist. Is this really just a coincidence?
For 25 years, so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read, and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
Y'all should at least rehearsed it a couple of more times before you put out that written script that y'all did. They think y'all dumb, man. They think they fans is dumb. Just hand the fans anything. Listen to that. Come on, man.
If that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse.
I wondered on the paper, do they have like, okay, this is, you read this, they got their name under this. You read this part, and then when I finish, then now you read this part. Then when you finish, then I come back and read this part. I wonder how they did that. I mean, as a producer, I would like to know how y'all produced this piece of crap you giving us.
We never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
Wow. Okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out, watch football together.
Allegedly, the reason that Ashton has stayed quiet about Diddy and not revealed anything despite being a key witness is because he's worried that Diddy has him on tape. There are literally dozens of videos showing Ashton Kutcher at Diddy's annual all-white parties and freakoff sessions, so for him to not be on the tapes is impossible. Gene Deal has also confirmed this and said that Ashton Kutcher and Diddy were best friends. But now Ashton is scared about what Diddy could say in case he testifies.
I just heard about that. But you heard about the reports that Ashton Kutcher, he's worried that Diddy might lie on his friends? You heard about that?
But that's what I've been saying. I said, if the federal government wanted somebody more than they want Diddy, if he has some information about some people that they would rather have other than him, he's able to get that information to them. But they gotta want it. They gotta want it. And Ashton Kutcher and him they were real tight. One time, me, him, Ashton Kutcher went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z there. You know what I'm saying? So they were close, they was cool.
But you think Diddy would do something like that? Allow other celebrities?
Well, why would it have to be a lie? Because if he get caught in, he gonna be as truthful as possible. You understand? He's gonna give them enough information, whereas that it's gonna make him look like the choir boy. So, Ashton Kutcher, he has a right to be kind of alarmed if he was doing things with Diddy. Remember they used to have that group called the what do they call it? The Brat Pack? With Diddy, him, and a couple other guys was hanging out. Leonardo, one other guy too. I forgot the other guy's name. So, they all might be worried.
For him to come out with that comment, I mean, that is suspect. It sounds like he's worried that Diddy might give up some information.
That's why. That's why he made that statement. To set it up. To set up the atmosphere that, yo, this guy's gonna lie on us. This guy ain't gonna tell the truth on us. But what we know is that wherever Diddy went, his tape recorders went. His camera equipment was working. He was videotaping everything. So they might have that videotape already.
Demi Moore is just one of the A-list celebrities that is going to be exposed once all the freak-off videos that the feds collected from Diddy's mansion get exposed. 𝗟𝗢𝗡 Burgess, a close friend of Diddy's ex-wife, Kim Porter, has already handed over 8 new tapes to the FBI after he was called to testify in front of a grand jury.
Bold-faced, that is a bold-faced lie. I don't think he ever had any tapes. Do your research. 𝗟𝗢𝗡 can't even he can't even hand over a tape. He can't even hand over the right information, man. That boy.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury.
Bull.
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities
is his eyes closed? Jesus, dude.
Were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let me
be,
rephrase
right,
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded,
to your knowledge,
having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appear to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
He don't even know how to wait. Can you wait till she finished the question and then answer? Oh my God, this dude right here from day one, both of them, you and your lawyer, this pissed me off from day one.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
In a recent episode of the PBD podcast, Fox host Jesse Walters, a veteran journalist, confirmed that there were reports coming in that the same celebrities who were once on Diddy's side have just decided to testify after these tapes came out. Freakoff tapes were the only leverage Diddy had. And once these celebrities realized that these tapes were going to be released either way, they decided to just testify and stay out of jail.
Used for blackmail material. They'd bring in these people. A lot of these people were also aspiring young artists in the music industry. And then these parties were sponsored by Motown Records CEO, Universal Records CEO. This goes all the way to the top. And so you get these people in compromising situations. The drinks were laced. The videotapes were hot. And then at the end of the day, you wake up the next morning, what did I do? And then they have compromising material on you. And then they can guide your career. They could kill your career, but they got you. And it wasn't just people in the music business. As you said, there were athletes, there were celebrities, there were politicians, people from the royal family. And we were also told by the former bodyguard that Diddy was an FBI informant. Whoa. So he was a snitch and was feeding information to the feds. And we don't know what that means. We haven't been able to confirm it, but even Little Rod said it's not just like Epstein. It could be worse than Jeffrey Epstein.
Everyone associated with Diddy is going.
I cannot believe this dude, man. You get so... Well, I'm going to wait to the end.
To be exposed, either in the federal criminal case or the 36 civil cases against him.
Wait a minute, who was that? Wait a minute.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Everyone associated with Diddy is going to be exposed, either in the federal criminal case or the 36 civil cases against him. The attorney representing most of these cases, Tony Busby, has already said that they will be naming everyone involved in abuse.
We intend to name people in these lawsuits. We're not going to do it in interviews. We're not going to do it, without doing our due diligence, because obviously, these types of allegations are very hurtful to people if they're not true, and very hurtful, frankly, if they are true. But if they're true, you shouldn't have been in the room and you shouldn't have been participating. So I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits, and it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names, and you might imagine in situations like this that when a victim tells us that this person was in the room or this person participated, we want to do as much due diligence as humanly possible before we file that case, because in the United States, in almost every state, public filings are in fact public, and when you name somebody in a lawsuit, the press is going to pick it up, and we're aware of that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's, and I expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrows.
Another instance, another minor, told allegedly by Sean Combs that he would make him a star, but he needed to visit with him in private about it, away from his parents. Once they were in a private area, allegedly, Mr. Combs made the victim perform oral sex upon him. Another incident, an individual 15 years old at the time, flown to New York City to attend a party, was drugged, and then taken into a private room, allegedly in the presence of Mr. Combs, where this female individual, minor, was raped, and then other individuals took turns raping her. Another individual, 26 at the time of the occurrence, was picked up allegedly by Mr. Combs and several other people in a black SUV from the airport, was given one drink in the SUV, and then literally woke up the next day not knowing what had happened, but with pain and damage to both her vagina and her anus, where she then went to the hospital. She was missing her underwear and her shoes. Another instance, an individual, this time not a minor, attended a group dinner, allegedly with Sean Combs in Miami. She wasn't drinking because she was pregnant, but whatever she drank at the table, apparently, at least according to her, was laced with something. She blacked out, and she woke up in the same bed, again allegedly, with Mr. Combs in his mansion in Miami. Her vagina and her anus were torn and sore.
The people around Diddy know what is coming for them, and that's why they're quiet at the moment. No one wants to draw unnecessary attention towards themselves in a case that could end their careers.
Just to let y'all know,
They know what is coming for them.
Right here, allegedly, right here, just in case y'all didn't see this clip, because they cut it real short, there are minors in that room that Jay-Z is walking out of, and they was trying to point them out. It's very hard to see. And Puffy's saying, yo, man, you giving it to him and all this type of stuff. So,
and that
in his mansion in Miami,
I was trying to stop it.
Her vagina
back it up,
and
but
her
watch
anus
this.
were torn and
Let's
sore.
see if we
the
see.
people around Diddy know what is
Right
coming
here,
for
right
them.
here, y'all. No, you can't see.
And that
Look. I don't know if we can zoom in, but that is definitely a little girl. They could have been in there just signing autograph for the little kids. You know, she don't have no shoes on. Yeah, she don't have no shoes on.
That's why they're quiet at the moment.
Yeah. So let me run it
Mansion
one more
in
time.
Miami, her vagina and her anus were torn and sore.
The people around Diddy know what is coming for them, and that's why they're quiet at the moment. No one wants to draw unnecessary attention towards themselves in a case that could end their careers. The only way to get these people to talk is to issue subpoenas and threaten legal action.
How many friends he have and nobody came out?
They brand. It's all about the money. They saw what he did to Cassie. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know that nobody in America liked that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies. They're not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them. And they praying that they not on the tape.
Yes.
Doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey, buddy, we got you on this tape. And girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house,
whoa,
somebody got caught.
Whoa, I didn't know that. 250 cameras? You had to record something other than a as far as data. 9 terabytes of data. Okay. It's almost like you got 9 terabytes of data. You got 250 cameras. What do you think is on there? The camera is facing a picture on the wall and filming that for life? No. It's like in a zoo. You got a baby that falls into the lion's cage. What you think gonna happen? The lion is gonna take care of the baby and cuddle it? That's a way out of the line possibility. That could happen. You're right, it could happen.
Stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. Because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched. And Brother Love was watching.
Yeah, I mean, TD Jakes, he haven't even came out and said anything. And him and Diddy was real cool.
Amen.
Diddy was cool with a lot of people that ain't said nothing.
And I know the people in the congregation over there is shaking in their boots because this man then led them probably, allegedly probably led them to damnation because...
You know what? The pandemic is over with, dog. After Diddy went to jail and they know that TD Jake had something to do with it, they leaving the church. He done stepped down from the church and gave it to the daughter. People leaving the church. This church, they know that the blinds have been coming off the eyes, and they see. They see, man, and they leaving the church. This ain't right. They ain't saying nothing. They just leaving. You don't have to go away mad. Just go away. And the seats are being empty. That's why he had to fake that old. Didn't even do a good job faking it. Maybe something did happen. But if something happened, they would have reported it.
Those people's hearts are gonna be broken if that man is seen on those tapes doing anything. Because people always put their faith in the pastor instead of putting their faith in God. And what they need to do is understand that he's just a man. And he has a history. It's not looking too good for him.
Not looking too
So
good,
you feel
bro.
like celebs are worried that they might be on tape?
Oh, they know. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing.
You would be worried too.
I was at the Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bruh. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bruh.
With the freakoff tapes in the hands of the FBI and more witnesses stepping forward, the fallout is bound to shake Hollywood to its core. Are these celebrities fleeing to avoid exposure, or is there more to the story? Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Man, you can't tell me. I want y'all to find that footage. Jay-Z coming out, he just coming out the room. And again, man, I'm just going by exactly what I see and what Diddy said, but at the same time, he could have just been coming out that room, just signing their autograph, and it could be a moment that you caught up in some bull. But the thing that's tripping me out is nobody is actually coming up to say, one person did. Well, 1.5 people. I'm gonna say 1.5 people. 1.5 people did. I forgot the guy name was a producer. They got on one time and said, we're law-abiding citizens. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We law-abiding citizens. Puffy would never do anything like that. Me and Puffy, we law-abiding citizens. That's the only part I can remember him saying. Because after that, you don't hear nothing else about him no more. You don't hear a daggone thing about him. He ain't said, what you got to say now? Now that your lawyers and your big time people's telling you to keep your mouth shut. Only people talking is the YouTubers. Jaguar Wright, Charleston White, Big Homie CC, some of the people that allegedly was victims is coming out. Ali Carter and Miss English and the Lamisha. I ain't gonna never put LaToya's name in it because she been talking about all this from day one. LaToya is the lady that got shot in the face. If y'all don't know, I had an opportunity to personally talk to her. And she been doing this for way before the daggone, years before the daggone Puffy house even got raided. Yeah. So, man, we gotta wake up, man. Something about to change, man. In 25, I'm gonna help make this stuff change because you are a bad person if you're doing things against people's wills. If you putting stuff in people's drinks, shame on you. You can't even go over somebody's house and get a drink. Did you put something in this drink? I hope you ain't put nothing in this drink, man, because I will F you up. I don't roll like that. Had me on some tapes. Look here, honey, we gotta sit down because I don't know what, they done put something in my drink that made me go that ain't me. I feel embarrassed. I was telling them that I've been tricked. I've been had. I've been hornswoggled. I think that's how Malcolm X said it. Anyway, man, y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Thank y'all so much for supporting the channel because I am trying my best to help and feed people. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.